I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. Oh, don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. We were on top of the world, had time that we wasted. We were young and so dumb. I knew that you were the one, played our songs all the time. Can we stay here tonight? 'Cause I don't wanna go. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't come back. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. But don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. You know that I don't wanna feel this way again, so let's pick up the pieces that we left unsaid. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. But don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again.
Yeah, no, you ain't no psycho. You're not like the others, no. No changing behaviors. Not sure how to act around you. So colorful and bright, yeah. I wanna be a 9 to 5. You made me come alive, babe. I wanna be the time of your life. Come change my life just for a while. Let's go for a ride now. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride, yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else. Making it happen, yeah. 'Cause you're a winner. I'm not gonna fall down. This ain't my final round. Hey, drinking Annie in the corner. I don't wanna be alone. Hey, sitting looking like a loser, but I don't wanna lose ya. Come change my life just for a while. Let's go for a ride now. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride, yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else. Come change my life for the better, yeah. Stay for a while or forever. Come change my life. Let's go for a ride. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride. Yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you I know how to make me feel right. I can't hide this sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, don't need to say this to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. On my way, you blushing, yeah.
Making it happen, yeah. Cause you're a winner. I'm not gonna fall down. This ain't my final round. Ay, drinking Annie in the corner. I don't wanna be alone. Ay, sitting looking like a loser. But I don't wanna lose ya. Come change my life just for a while. Let's go for a ride now. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride. I wanna
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? So, welcome to another day of the Fire Easter Hunt. We're about to get into the matches right now. It's going to be an absolute blast. So, let's get ready. I hope you guys are, because yesterday we saw the team going absolutely crazy all the way on that leaderboard. It finished with the boys from Rootless being on top of the entire leaderboard. And today we're going to try and see if we can maintain that. But let's hop into the game and see how the teams are getting ready. Right. I'm just gonna try to get that team list again so that I can be ready. Alright, I've requested for the team list. In the meantime, let's just see where several different teams are currently situated, so they're considering, you know, things around the map. Seriously, this is my graphics card. Who is going to sponsor me? I need sponsor as well. Like, what do you mean sponsor? I really do. Alright, so taking a look at the map right there, you do see that map moving all the way towards that southern region. Alright, and because of that, there are two teams within, you know, that space. You got the boys from 21st Century also just rotating around, so we're going to continue to keep an eye on that one and see how it does continue to build, because it does look like the map is coming between UL and 21, or within the same regions right there. We'll continue to see how that one does develop and build on all the way towards later on. All right, so we'll keep an eye and see, you know, what happens as we continue to, you know, take a look at where several different teams are at. We'll go back to the map just for a little second. We do see the boys right there from Active Gaming all the way around that Zaki. We do see the boys from EFX around Severny, and it does look like we do have the boys from Mad and O3 Manny and O3 all the way at that North Jojo TR and Apex are sitting around that South Jojo region. We do have the boys from Most Wanted and the boys from Afro Esports around that region around Godcar, just basically in the southwest of Godcar, and all the way around Primox. You do have the boys from CLS who are quite comfortable alone right there. So we might see little skirmishes going on at several different regions. We will continue to keep an eye on that. The boys from Fugitives headed, towards that spot in Pochinki. They're currently uncontested for now, so it doesn't look like they'll get themselves into, any immediate trouble. We'll see how that one, continues to play out and see where all those teams are going to currently unfold. The boys from UL are currently sitting down in a position right there around military base, and yeah, it's what it is. So let's see, how this one continues to unfold. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my notepad and put on the scores right there. All right, so I've done that. Now let me mute my WhatsApp. Is this muted now? Is this muted? Okay, my WhatsApp is muted. Yay. Nice. And WhatsApp muted, because sometimes WhatsApp can just make like unnecessary noise, Unnecessary noise. Okay, mute my WhatsApp, mute my Teams, mute my Slack, mute everything that could distract me today. God forbid I will be distracted. No way. Alright, so we're ready to go. We already see the boys from Invictus get into a little skirmish. There are a couple of players within Invictus who are currently down, so we're just gonna switch to that with the iPad. We do have Pintwa. It's Pintwa who has been knocked down by the boys right there from Rage. And it does look like the two of them are getting into a little bit of altercation right there. It does look like it was Alpha who was able to get that knock. He lost a bit of HP, so there's probably one thing that we're doing while they were making those rotations into that zone. Jahad, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming into the stream. Now I know a lot of people within the chat. We're going to be chatting about gaming in general today. Just general, playing games and having fun, and just discussing all around gaming. And I want us to have a conversation. So aside from what we're watching today, I really want to use this as an opportunity for us to begin to have conversations. My hope is that this will progress into becoming a podcast, okay? And we can use this to make sort of decisions, sort of a couple of decisions. So I do have talking points, and because we have time, we're going to be able to talk through a lot of those talking points today. Number one on that talking point is mobile gaming's future. Number two is the channel's future, which is my channel. Adding all right, so we're going to have four major talking points, and I'm going to basically put them out there in the chart. Okay, I'm gonna put them out there in the chart, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I want us to really sit down and talk about several things that I think are sort of important. But in the meantime, because there's a lot of action, so let's just go through all of that and see where the teams are beginning to make the rotations onto. Taking a look at the map right now, you can see that a lot of those teams are beginning to rotate all the way towards that region around military base. But in the meantime, we can say my question about mobile gaming's future is this. I've been in the mobile gaming sphere for a really long time, and because of that, now when I mean really long time, I'm talking about like all the way down to 2017, even before before PUBG Mobile. Like, I came into PUBG Mobile in season one, and this is as far back early on when we didn't even have clans within the Nigerian scene, and in Game Nation, which was PUBG squads at the time, we were actually putting people together and all that stuff. But things have evolved. There's a lot more investment into the game right now. There could be more, but there is something that we've lost along the way when it comes to mobile gaming. And the first feature we're talking about is the PUBG. When we used to play rooms back in the day, it wasn't because we wanted to be the best in the world or anything like that. It was because we wanted to have fun amongst ourselves and compete amongst ourselves, similar to what MPL eventually became. But over time, what we started to notice was that people, wanted a lot more. We'll come back to this conversation. Just let that sink in a little bit. All right, so the boys from Dragons are going up against. It was right there from EFX. Again, we're just gonna look around and see where all of these teams, all of these guys are currently situated. We do see that the boys from EFX have lost one player. Dragons are sort of like in a split right there. They've got a fast split. Ali's all the way on the other end. EFX Temi is now getting closer and closer. All right, all of them are trying as much as possible to see if they can defend and hold that particular region as the zone is just inching, closer and closer, as you can see right there. Now, how's EFX going to play this one right here? They're on the ground with several different teams. They tried as much as possible to hold their own. They're also getting shot up by several different teams around, as you can see. 10 boys trying as much as possible to hold his own against the boys right there from TR. TR is Team Rootless. So is that a Rootless changing their name like the same Rootless with yesterday? I'm not sure. But now you can see the shots being let loose right there by 10 boy as he does take one down. Right now he's looking to relocate his vehicle. He's got a one knock onto the boys right there from TR. They're trying as much as possible to stay alive in this particular one. They're getting basically stumped by the boys from all three who have pulled into this vicinity. It's party after party at every single corner. You can see also there's the boys from Most Wanted who are looking to pull up onto this particular fight right there. But the boys from all three are the ones who want to make that push. They want to get into that action right there. They need the body strap, but they have one on their own end. As Riley's does go down, Falcon it's possible to pop on those names to try to defend against the boys right there from O3. Will that look implemented as Shiva is looking to pull up to that particular region? My goodness, what a time for all of these teams. It's the boy Shiva right there who's holding on for dear life for his team. The team O3 Nexus is also trying to keep the host alive for his team. Shiva now knows that he has his teammates back up. Of course, O3 able to keep the host alive, and boom, you're seeing what a time. The boys from TR are pretty much in a tight situation right there. They're surrounded by the boys from O3. Currently just living their life outside his buildings. Looking for that one, boom, but down goes one of their players. He's just now trying to get that revive. And boys from O3 able to win. Now turning their sights onto the boys from EFX who are all the way on the other side. You can see Pyro trying to get those first knocks. There's also Dragons who are not too far away from them. Stream lag. There's stream lag. Stream lag. There's a wait. Is the stream lag like the audio or what? Okay, it's probably my audio. It's probably my audio. It should be okay now. It should be okay now. Let me know if it's okay now. Let me know if it sounds better now. Please let me know if it sounds better now. The overall audio on this particular screen sounds better. Trying as much as possible to find their spot. There's also the boys from Apex who are getting into a very hard skirmish. Several different teams are just going to turn onto Blessing and the boys from Maddie. Again, guys, let me know if everything is cool. We're gonna have that discussion, but probably we're gonna have that discussion at the break because all these guys are going absolutely. They're absolutely trying to, you know, pull up on themselves. It does look at the boys of Apex are just going to pull out of that particular fight. They've lost one of the members, so they're prioritizing just getting themselves into a great spot within that zone and not take on a fight that's probably not going to favor them. So we're going to continue to look at the way the zone is currently building up. You can see that map chucks a lot of teams around that breach area where the boys from Dragons are currently situated. It does look like OC is trying to now begin to make their push. And it's party after party at every single corner. So much is going on at the same time as the boys from Dragons are trying to stay alive. This particular game, you see Emperor just going on behind. It does look like he spotted Nexus, and down goes Nexus with Soul putting in the work right there. He's able to get that number. Boys from 03 have the numbers dropping. He's really down to just two players now. Is when Soul's trying to get into a good spot, but there's a couple of players right there in front of him. That confirmation as he does take Nexus back into the lobby. He's now left to Shiva and Riley's to keep their hopes alive in this particular game. Washington Dragons have a full team working for them. They've got 2 eliminations to themselves, so they can actually push fully onto this one and maybe just take out the boys from 03 from the lobby, who are currently breach camping right there. All the way up on the other side of the corner, you do see Cargate dropping down. It's now left to Fireboy and Blessing to somehow keep them alive in this game. I do love that name, Fireboy, by the way, for very obvious reasons. But I will take it back right there as one of the players from Dragons has been dropped down. Dragons trying to find a way into that zone, but it's currently proving really hard for them as they've got several different teams in front and behind them. Now they're turning their sights onto the boys from EFX. As EFX is now pulling up onto that fight. EFX have this one in a 3-man squad. Temp Boy pulls up into that corner, but he will be dropped. And who has for the boys right there from Dragons. This lobby takes him down, and Bro and his boys proving to be sort of really a team that's rejuvenated right here. The Knocks, they're taking people down, and we haven't heard from Dragons for quite a while. But right now things are beginning to look quite great. My voice is low. Oh, my voice is low. My voice is low. Did someone touch my... How's my voice now? My voice okay now? I hope it is. Okay. Reduce the in-game a bit. Oh, okay. Alright, I've reduced the in-game sound a bit. I'm gonna reduce it further. Okay. Remember, guys, there's a delay, so that would also come in as well. But would you look at that? The boys from Dragons getting themselves those extra eliminations right there as they do take down the boys from EFX. So they're proving to be, a really force to reckon with right here within this competition. And they continue with their onslaught right there as they do take down another team. Now focus on moving into that position right on that bridge. You can see So also leading the charge again. The Dragons putting in the work. They're doing the Lord's work right now as they continue with their onslaught. The boys from Active Gaming also coming into the mix right there as they do get themselves a couple of eliminations, but it will be Anez who does go down. They do have a lot of troubles. We do see on the kill feed, boys from Active Gaming losing one of the players. They're currently in a very dire situation right there on top of that breach. We have 10 teams right here within the lobby. The boys from Dragons are trying as much as possible to see if they can make them move into that position. So it's inching quite closer and closer. But it does look like Dragons might just be able to scale through this particular one. As it does look like the boys from O3 have moved away from that position where they were at. Okay, so how does it sound now? Okay, how does it sound now? Is it better now? Like, can you hear me now clearly? I'm gonna try to listen to the stream and see if it sounds better. Okay, so I did see what you just said when I listened, and somehow my voice was a bit low. Not sure why, but I hope it sounds better now. I hope you guys are hearing it. I know there's a couple minutes delay, but I hope it sounds better now. Quexer says yes, so that's great. All right, the boys from O3. Taking on shots onto the boys from Diddy right there. They've lost Emperor and they've lost Lil Diff, and yeah, they look like they had the upper hand in that particular fight. But it does look like the boys from O3 are not to be trifled with. Ali does have a smoking vehicle. He comes down in the middle of the road, but he's able to get another buggy that might work well for him. They still got other two players, so they can hold their own in this particular one. You can see Soul has made his way, but he's still out there within that zone. Damage has been done to him quite a lot. He's not with his teammates, but he does have a buggy that may work for him. There's several different teams rotating around this region as well. So we're still chilling. We'll take a look at the map right now and see where all of these teams are currently situated. I wanna thank all you guys for just telling me about the issues and allowing me solve those right there. All right, so we're down to 9 teams. So we do see the boys from Active Gaming right there getting sent out by the boys from Fugitives. All the way in that center, you do have the boys from CLS and Fugitives holding that central position. But with that zone shift, it is Victus who does take a good spot within that zone, and it may work out well for them. We can see the bodies now beginning to drop. As another player right there from Dragons does go down. It is So who will be feeling the heat. His teammate Manny is not currently with him, so he's on the other end. Oh, sorry, his teammate Ali is putting the heat onto Manny. And he will be getting that confirmation as he does get them that extra elimination in this particular one. And here's where things now begin to get absolutely crazy. Ali still setting on the shots onto several different teams around. We do see the boys from O3 not too far away from the boys from Rage. The shots are beginning to let loose. Fugitives are also in a skirmish right there with the boys from CLS, and boom, down goes Normal Reese. As the boys from Fugitives are down to the last guy. 03 brothers right there on the kill field, still put it in the work as you do see them taking out a couple of players right there from Rage. And Fugitives, oh my goodness, getting another knock, reducing the boys from CLS down to just Danny Brown, but we do know that he is the merchant for CQC fights and is able to keep his team alive in this game. All right, so CLS doing quite well in that particular fight, still able to hold on for dear life as and Brown and his boys are able to, continue to stay alive in this particular game. They lost two of the players. They lost Stoner and Manny. But right now we're down to 6 teams. Yeah. Some boys from Ultimate Rage still got a full team, but all 3 brothers are still putting in the work right there as they pull up onto the boys from Invictus. They're looking to take this one quite clearly as Invictus is down to just 3 players. Right now with the drops coming in, it's now just down to Rogue Baby and Report to hold things down in this particular one. Rogue Baby now trying to see if she can pull up onto that position where Shiva is currently located. He's snaking around. He's got to be careful because they're probably 2 players at 2 different corners and they could attack from those angles, and that's exactly what happens as Shiva pulls up onto that location and boom, down goes Rogue Baby. And all of a sudden Invictus are cleared out of this game. All 3 brothers continuing on with the onslaught with just 2 squad members. You can see Shiva right there getting about 8 eliminations. But there's also the boys right there from Ultimate Rage who are also coming into the mix. They do have something to say about it. You see that nade about to let loose from Tacos Up right there towards the boys from CLS. So they're battling up at 2 fronts right now. It is Ultimate Rage having a full squad now pulling up onto several different locations. But Shiva still might just be the man to win this one as he's currently got all those eliminations. All right, thanks for the feedback. All right, they have spotted Ali, and the good thing about this particular fight is that the boys from Ultimate Rage can actually take on this fight at 2 different locations, but they got to be careful because all 3 brothers might just be able to come into the mix and cost them a whole lot of damage. You can see that somehow Shiva's trying as much as possible to find that better position. Here's where it starts to go crazy. The shots are being let loose as one of the players right there from all 3 brothers does go down. It will be Riley who gets caught up right there. And now Tacos Up is trying as much as possible to pull up into this particular location. It does look like he spotted them. He gets up on his vehicle. He spotted Shiva. He tries to get that knock, and Shiva gets taken out of the game. And it will be the boys right there for Ultimate Rage who do get that winner chicken dinner. Absolutely amazing stuff coming down from them right there with that one. And they've got themselves 9 eliminations. The boys from O3 still put up a great fight right there as they got themselves a lot of eliminations as well. We'll continue to keep an eye and see how that one does develop. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna take the screenshots so that I can send right there to my guys. All right, that was absolutely amazing stuff coming on from all of those teams right there. It was mad from the beginning right to the very end, and I hope you guys did have fun watching that one. I for one, just found it absolutely crazy. There were so many different teams who were gearing in for that top spot right there. But at the end of the day, it's only pretty much one team that can get that win, and it was the boys right there from Ultimate Rage. So we'll be taking a quick break and we'll be right back with more action right here in this game, and I'll see you guys soon.
I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say less to me. Don't need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet Just the other day, saw you looking my way. I start to contemplate moments that went to waste. Why you do that? You drop me like who that? And put me through that. But baby, it's useless. I'm living my life. Don't need you in mind. Me feeling just fine. One of a kind. Who better than I? Oh. Shawty, don't play that game. Shawty, don't play that game. Don't keep you safe. Time that I relocate. Don't play that game. Shawty, don't play that game. Know my place. Shawty, I know my. Got a lot to do. I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do. At the crack of dawn in the dark of night, what I got to do? I'ma make it loud, how I made you scream like a cockatoo. Turn the pussy wave by the shoulder rest with the cockatoo. What you expect, how I forget these thoughts.
Okay, guys, I'm back. And two reasons why I'm coming back early is one, we're going to have a conversation. But in the meantime, the leaderboard has been refreshed, the total leaderboard. So I'm going to show you guys that quickly. And then, yeah, let's get into that first. All right, so this is the current leaderboard with the boys for Ultimate Rage on the lead right there, as they do have about 71 points on the total leaderboard right here in the round of 24. So yeah, it's pretty much what it is, as we're seeing teams now beginning to shape up right there, and we'll see how things continue to build all the way up on the entire leaderboard. Right, in this one, a couple of teams have missed, several different competitions, and I do see Quexa saying, "Hey, you're waiting for MPL? Well, don't you want to be here with me? Don't worry, we all love MPL, and yeah, I'm waiting for MPL too as well. So yeah, but my eyes are so red, man. I've had a really busy day." All right, so my conversation early on was that wait, hold on. I want to check something. Yeah, the conversation that I wanted to have is that early on people used to have fun within PUBG, and I guess that's sort of like the first thing I wanted to discuss, yeah? What is mobile gaming's future for us? What does it look like, right? Is it just PUBG Mobile, right? Because you do know not everybody's going to make it in PUBG Mobile, right? But we all want to. So shouldn't we be thinking of being mobile gamers rather than just being PUBG mobile gamers? Because I see a lot of people every time during the mobile gaming scene, we say, "Oh, I don't want to play this game. I don't want to play that game. It's PUBG and." But I'm like, shouldn't you literally identify as a mobile gamer and compete in other games as well? You may not like Call of Duty, right? But you could have a Call of Duty. You could play Call of Duty as well and do well in Call of Duty. You could play Apex Legends, though Apex is gone now, and that's such a shitty thing. But Warzone is coming out, which is sort of similar to PUBG as well. You could play that, and maybe the esports scene will grow. There's also New State, and New State has its own esports. So what I'm trying to say is, we might not be professional in every single game, and that is true, but we can have fun across board. Do we start to be a community that plays multiple games and just have fun? Because the whole idea for me of Game Nation back in the day was that we played many different games and we competed in several different games. Like, I play Apex Legends, if you watch and check my channel. I play Warzone on PC too as well. I love mobile gaming more than PC gaming because I'm just way better on mobile. I can compete on mobile. I don't think I can compete on PC, but I'm okay. I'm pretty okay. But the thing is mobile gaming enough, especially within the African region, to sustain this highly competitive thing that we're trying to do? Or do we move back to, a time when we were just having fun, like back in 2017 and 2018 in Game Nation, where we're just playing and we're having fun and we loved what we're doing, win or lose. It was just fun to see yourself on stream and do well, because not everybody's gonna make it. That is the truth. So we have to start to ask ourselves the question if you know we're having fun doing what we're doing, and if we should actually go back to those times when we had fun events, and it was all about just enjoying the game. Because now I see a lot of people being depressed that they're not doing well, and I'm like, why are you not having fun? Because for some people it's turned into a career, and I understand that, and I get that, I respect that, but at the same time it's still a game. But anyways, we'll continue to talk about that as we do start to move into the game. So that's one thing I wanted to bring up. The next thing is, well, first of all, I'll put it to you guys, like, what you guys think. What's sort of your mindset? Do you think, hey, the competitive thing that we have right now is super great? And it's great. It's great for me as a caster. It's great for a lot of teams who have the opportunity to make it and earn sort of revenues that they could have never imagined, outside, PUBG Mobile. I mean, you have, Slam4 KT who might make it to PMGC, and God willing, they even find it themselves all the way into that finals. Imagine the amount of revenue that they could get. Imagine how that could change their life. That would be amazing for them. In Black Hound now, for someone like Stump. So that's my opinion. I see, guys like the O3 brothers winning the NPL, getting huge revenue as well. That's great. That's fantastic. But for other guys, for the guys below that, who are probably not getting that, what motivates you? And is it possible for us to begin to have fun again within the community like we did before the whole competitive scene came in and all that stuff? Yeah. So yeah, I'll throw that to you guys while we do now move into the game. Let's go. All right, so we're into the Miramar map right here. All right, let's go. We're now seeing the boys from Ultimate Rage, who did get that winner chicken dinner in the previous one, as we're starting off with them to see where they are currently being positioned. But take a look at that map. That's moving all the way from that southeastern region towards that southwest. So it's just cutting across that southern region, and it is going to leave a lot of space all the way towards that northern side. But first of all, before we continue to just look at that, let me just take a look at what Jihad said. He said it makes sense to want to diversify though, but why try another when you haven't perfected the one that you are on though? Or you're trying to say the reason is you're not perfect in this one because you cannot be better. That's a very interesting point. That's a very interesting point right there. Should you stick to this one and try as much as possible to continue to get better? Or should you switch to another game that you could be better in? So you've made me think. And my thoughts to that, or my solution to that, would be, if we gave the opportunity for people to compete across multiple games, could you then discover that you're probably really good at something else? And I'm going somewhere with this. I have an idea to create a competition called Battle Royale Olympics. And I'm looking for partners for this event because I don't want to sponsor it alone. I want it to be really big. So I want a prize pool of like maybe $5,000 or more. So I'm looking for partners. I'm willing to drop like 1,000 of my own, and then other people come in as well. So I'm looking actively for people who may sponsor that. But the idea around Battle Royale Olympics is we'll look around so many different Battle Royale / MP games like Call of Duty, New State, Warzone that's gonna come out once the rooms are available, and other different games, even Valorant Mobile that's gonna come out. Mostly mobile, because this is a mobile gaming community. And the question to ask is, maybe just maybe people might discover that they are good in Valorant, or they're good in PUBG Mobile, in PUBG New State, or they're good in in Warzone, and be able to flex in a way that they can't flex on PUBG itself. Um, so yeah, I do agree with that point. Also, like, for someone to win, there has to be losers as well. I do agree with that point. But when it's the same losers over and over again, you now need to start to ask yourself the question: um, should we be thinking of something else in a different way, in a different light? Should we compete across other games? Because I may not be a winner in PUBG Mobile, but I might be a winner in Warzone. I might be a winner in New States. I might be a winner in something else. I might be very good in something else. And if we diversify the community, we may now begin to see ourselves winning in other regions. So maybe I might not it might not hit me so bad if I lose in PUBG Mobile, if I'm winning in other games, and I'm like, okay, I've made some revenue in Valorant, or I've made some revenue in New State, and I didn't do too well in PUBG Mobile, but it's okay, it's great. And from what I've seen across all these games, when I played Apex Legends, I played Call of Duty Warzone, even playing them on PC, the mechanics aren't really all that different. So it's like saying, yeah, there's a bit of recoil difference and sensitivity, but altogether, battle royals are still battle royale. Like, if you're a good PUBG Mobile player, you're not gonna find it that hard playing, any other battle royale game. So my question is, should we be thinking of diversifying, finding other sources of revenue across multiple games? And you may not be a winner in this one game, but you could be a winner in that other game. Or should we just be like, we're PUBG guys, stick to just PUBG, and that's it? Yeah, that's that. And then I'll also then move on to the other one, which is the future of our community. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at the map and see where several different teams are currently situated. We got that map moving all the way towards that western region. It's all the way in the southwestern region right there. So we'll continue to see how that one does build up and see what it's going to be like. A couple of teams, are just edging, closer and closer towards each other. And it's all down to little margins right now on who does get the first knockout. Two of the boys from CLS who put up a great performance in the other one. Yeah, it's great stuff. It's great stuff. Battle Royale Olympics, put me in the text in the chat section. I will surely win. Yeah. It's an idea I have. It's an idea I want to see come to life. Even if it's not me doing it, I really want that to come to life. I proposed it to 3 Crowns to see if they can host it. But I know that they are strictly PUBG Mobile, So it might sort of be difficult for them to do right now. But I feel it will solve a lot of problems for us. It will solve a lot of problems because there is another problem that we're not talking about, and that problem is viewership. Okay, viewership. English casting viewership in Africa is really low, even at PMPL level. I mean, I don't need to explain to you. If you watch PMPL Africa, I'm sure you know this. Okay, viewership for English streams are they're all-time low. And it's not even, it's not really great. It's not really encouraging. it needs to go up. And I've thought about several different ways it could blow up. And now this we're moving to the second topic. Okay, this is not the mobile gaming thing. This is the next topic. Okay, which is viewership. How can we improve the overall views, of people watching? You see, this game we had about 30 something people watching. Yeah, I love that. I love that. So Jahad says it's great because we have to be forced out of our comfort zone. We have to be forced out of our comfort zone, to be able to, say what force our comfort zone to know about our strengths, like the old saying, "Now poverty they make man hungry, hungry man discovering talent." Exactly. It is my belief. It is my belief that, and I've seen this because I've experimented with other games, right? I have experimented with other games. And through that experimenting with other games, I have seen firsthand that you may not be that great in one game. Like, for example, I was not that. I'm average in PUBG, but I'm conqueror level in Apex. Like, really good in Apex. Like I was playing. Amazing stuff. I was playing and meeting the best in the world in Apex. When I mean the best in the world, I'm talking about guys like Imao, who were playing scrims amongst the best of the best. I played with Imao in certain games, and I was balling. I got all the way to master, got to pred, and this was like I was battling with like the best guys in the world because there weren't that much players actually. But this were like the best of the best, and this is like Imao. These are like I Ferg. There was even a game where I knocked Ferg and Imao in the same game, and these are like some of the best players in mobile gaming all round. All round. And the way other communities, Call of Duty, all these other guys see mobile gaming is they play other things. Right, they will hop onto other things. They will hop onto other games and play other games and try to win those other games. But they have their main game. Like iFerg, he's probably one of the best mobile gamers out there. He plays Call of Duty. He's played PUBG Mobile. He's done well, but not competitively. But he's like ranked up all the way to his Conqueror and all that stuff. But that's how they do their thing. Like they play other games and they have fun and all that stuff. But I'm trying to think like, should we diversify our community into other games? Like, would that be beneficial to people? Would people even be interested in something like that may be exciting and another interesting way? But anyways, they send outside onto the boys from Rage. It does look like they're going up against Invictus again, and Invictus has lost a couple of players. Okay, they're down to just the one guy right now. It is just Pintois who's trying as much as possible to run away for dear life and trying to stay alive in this game. Some of these players need to be forcefully pushed into other paths to realize their strengths. For me, I know I can't push my PUBG further because I'm at a loss of which game, but I'm a loss of which game to play when I exit. Exactly. Like people don't know what direction to go to. I don't enjoy PUBG that much, classic-wise, but I enjoy the friendships I have. So I play for the friendships, right? Alright, so we're seeing the revenge now beginning to come through right there as Pintois does get a knock onto one of the players from Rage. Now, remember that Rage had taken them down right there, but it does look like he is joining in for their juggler and trying as much as possible to take them down. There's also a fight going down between the boys from Apex and the boys right there from EFX, and they're also beginning to get into the mix right there. So you do see a knock coming through from Supra, and Apex do find themselves in a whole lot of trouble as they try as much as possible to stay alive in this one. Fireboy, one of the few players, Fireboy and Moonlight, one of the few players who were still hanging on in this particular one, trying to see if they can stick it through in this particular game. But Supra is having none of that. They've got a full squad. It's pulling up onto that position where Moonlight is currently at. You can see all of them, just beginning now to take on the shots. It's just down to Fireboy to hold on for their life in this particular position. Right now, EFX is gunning hard for them. Can Fireboy somehow keep them alive in this particular game? EFX putting in the work, damaging the entire squad right there from Apex and putting them to the ground. And currently, they are looking for that last guy. They do want to get that knock. And down comes one of the players. Ooh, but it is Reverb. He does get the knock, but at the end of the day, he will get sent backpacking into the lobby. Lovely stuff coming in from the boys right there from EFX as they do take out Apex from the game. Now reduce the numbers on the screen all the way down to 13 teams. So coming into this game, we did have a whole bunch of teams. The boys from Rage Esports are also on ground with the boys from Active Gaming, and it does look like the two of them might begin to get into a little skirmish. Rage Esports just pretty much in a hunt right now as they're looking. They've had the shots being let loose. It does look like they might begin to take on shots right there onto Skinny. And they do get a little bit of damage onto Skinny, but not enough to send him down from his vehicle. And the shots now beginning to let loose as Ines and Jeto are currently just taking on the shots right there onto the boys from Rage. They've got the high ground, so that obviously is going to work for them, but we'll see, how this continues to play out. And we do see Skinny just waiting and looking for the opportunity to take down the boys right there from Rage. He's sending on them shots. But none of them right now are able to connect. But let's take a look at what the map's currently doing, what the map's currently saying, where it's pulling us to. The map's taking us all the way towards that southwestern region, as we do see all of these teams now beginning to just look for that central position. It will be the boys from Active Gaming and Rage Esports who are currently going toe-to-toe against each other. I play for the Obi Rings. I'm not sure what that means. Don't say that I play for the Obi Rings. I'm sorry. My pigeon nourished that one. I'm sorry. I'm not updated. I swear. And I apologize for the lack of knowledge in understanding that very complex grammar called Obi Rings by Lemao. If you could educate me, that would be brilliant. Because I know Sabi waiting to talk there. Alright. So these two are pretty much just in a dance right now, but they're not taking on each other. But there's no fight going on at any other corner. As you can see, it is just the two of them who are just going toe to toe. It's pretty much a 3v3, but there's also a possible skirmish that may happen between the boys from 03 who came into this game again as a 3-man squad, but have been doing quite well for themselves. We continue to keep an eye and see, how things continue to evolve along these lines. We're currently moving into that stage 3. Everyone is just gearing up for that final fight, just waiting for that position. And now is where things now beginning to get interesting with that zone moving all the way towards that Valdemar region. and there's not a lot of buildings to work with, so we're going to definitely see teams going toe-to-toe against each other, trying as much as possible to grind it out, grind out that position. And now is where they do need to start to make those early knocks and eliminations. And you're seeing the boys from 03. This is the boy Shiva, who now begins, to send on the shots right there onto normal reads from Fugitives. And everyone's making the rotations, trying to get into a good spot. The return fire coming on towards Shiva from the boys from Mad. And they do take him down, and it does look like they might be able to send him back into the lobby. Madness, boys, living up to their name and being absolutely outstanding in that one. Riley's trying to make sure that he does help his teammates stay alive and evade the shots. He could not do that because with his smokes, he did have some smokes. Why didn't he pop them smokes? I'm not sure why that was not the case, but it does look like the boys from Fugitives are now going to be pulling up around this particular region. Normal Reese probably wants to get the smoke right there with the rest of the players from the boys from 03, and now it begins to happen between the two of them. Absolutely outstanding to see this. But it does look like Normal Reese is just going to hop into his vehicle. He's going to be getting out of dodge right there, move all the way into that zone. Standing stuff. We're also seeing little skirmishes going down within the center right there as the boys from Most Wanted and 21st Century are going toe-to-toe against each other. It's just Fatboy and Flo who are currently left right here as they do hop into the vehicle looking to escape from this one. Will 21 let them, or will they take them down? But boom, they come into the light outside of the boys right there from EFX, and it will be the boys from EFX who do send them back packing. Flo's able to escape from that one. Would that be enough somehow to keep their hopes alive in this particular game? 21st Century also feeling the hurt as they're down to just the last guy, Baby. Or two guys, actually. It's Roy and Baby. They came into this game with a two-man squad. They're popping up, They do have several different squads around them. They've got the boys from AFX and Afro just on top of them, who are looking to get into the fight right there. But Baby's able to put in the work as he does get a knock right there onto one of the players from Afro. But he is prioritizing getting that finish as he does make sure he sends him down. Afro Hunter on the other end, trying to send out them nades into that position where Baby is currently at. Baby's on the other side trying to evade the shots. He does get his vehicle out of there. He might be able to get the revives onto his teammates and get them back into the action. Does look like that's exactly what's going to be doing. And Hunter on the other end is on the hunt, looking for him, searching. Hunter and Punk putting in the work. We also see the boys from Active Gaming coming into the mix right there. Jetto does get a knock onto one of the players from Dark Dragons. The two of them were in quite a fight. It means he's here for women. It means, I play for bro. It never ends well with gaming girls. It never ends well. I mean, it ends well for some people. I think so. I think it ends well for content creators. For heavy influencer content creators. I think it ends well for them because they are community leaders and they make a lot of money. So I think for them it probably works out. I don't know why, but aside from content creators, I think most gaming-ish relationships, especially within our scene, I don't know. I've not seen a lot of them end well. Just my opinion. All right, so Baby was able to get a couple of eliminations right there as he. Or those revives as he was able to get his boys back up, and also got an elimination onto one of the players right there from EFX. So we're now beginning to see things get absolutely outstanding. The boys from Afro on the other end do have a sight on that zone, but would you look at that? One of the knocks going down right there onto the boys from 21 who are trying to stay alive. There's also, the boys from O3 who are in that mix. We also see the boys from Active Gaming getting into a little bit of skirmishes right there. Boys from Active Gaming putting in the work. They've got a couple of eliminations. They're currently sitting down with 6 eliminations to their name, and another knock goes down right there as Jetto continues with the onslaught. He does get another elimination onto, I do believe, the boys from Most Wanted, and sends him back down. But it's just too much fights going down at several different corners. There's also O3 and the boys from Fugitives. You do see them right there. But that tap coming in from Baby. He misses some shots, but he gets some shots. And, you know, you don't have to be 100% accurate to, you know, take down your opponent. I'm shading you, baby. All right. Not my guy. So, I mean, I can shade him. I can shade it because it's my guy. It's my guy. You know? When he hears this, he's probably going to laugh. That's not my guy. Anyways, but yeah, I'm super serious about the Battle Royale Olympics. I don't know how interested a lot of people are going to be. Of course, we're going to be bringing in other communities. But yeah, I'm super interested to see how we can probably do that. All right, but in the meantime, let's continue to take a look at the game so far, as it is violence at every single corner. You can see the shots being let loose right there onto all of these guys. Oh my goodness, what a time right here. I said there's party after party at every single corner. The boys from Active Gaming just landing and crashing right next to the boys from UL. And it is spelling to be trouble right there for Skinny. All of this guys. CLS also coming on ground here. And Active Gaming are down to the last guy. They're down to just Jetto, as they've got so many teams around them. And Jetto will then be the last one for Active Gaming, as he does get sent back into the lobby. There was some putting in the work right there and sending them out, making quick work of the boys from Active Gaming and taking them back into the lobby quite quickly, as they were caught off guard, rotating around the lines where so many different teams were currently situated at. Sometimes, you know, getting yourself into the zone quite early might be the favorable option, but sometimes you just find yourself in those circumstances. Alright, the boys from EFX are still putting in the work right there as they're sending on shots onto the boys from 21st Century, who have had a great position up on that hill. But now they've got to make way into, you know, a great spot within that zone. They've still got an edge right there, so that's still working out for them. CLS, who are currently down to just a 3-man, still trying to hang on for their life in this one. But Danny Brown's got to come out of his vehicle. There are a couple of teams around him. He does switch to, you know, just, you know, using his leg at his bench right now. And they might be pulling up onto that region where the boys from 21st Century are currently situated at. See how that one continues to build out. Baby does get another knock. Baby been putting in the work in this particular game. He's down to five players now. Danny Brown, another person who does go down, and he will be sent back into the lobby by the boys from UL. UL being absolutely outstanding in this particular game so far. Well, they were outstanding in the previous one. They are looking and gearing to see if they can get that extra winner with the chicken dinner, but it will be the boys from 21. Can you do something for me? They're doing something. They're cooking, and it's the boy Baby who is, you know, cooking seriously. He's got himself 5 eliminations in this particular game, and he's continuing on with his massive game right here as they currently sitting down with 10. But look at the boys right there from UL as well. They currently got 10 eliminations too, and they're spread across the squad quite well. They got 4-3-2-1 number of eliminations right there, as Tacos Up is currently leading the chart with 4 eliminations. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see who's going to get the winner in the chicken dinner in this particular game. Is it going to be the boys from UL? It's EFX. Have something to say about it. It does look like 21. Does drop one of the buddies right there for the boys from UL. And will they be able to get that revive? Because now they've been able to take things down to what is... Oh, look at that. He did get a knock right down to Baby, but they most likely will be able to get that revive, except EFX does have something to say about it. So, you know, standing on several different corners, it does look like Baby has now been lobbied. Baby was the guy who was leading the charge for them, and that's going to be devastating for the boys from 21st Century right here. They've also got to make their way into that zone. They also do have the boys from EFX who will put it up against them. So right now it's a situation where it's a 2v4. A full squad for the boys from UL right there might just be enough for them to seal this game through, and you can see them trying as much as possible to put in the action, to put in the work right there, as they have just the two guys. They've got a passion within that zone, and now beginning to take on the shots onto Rio. They drop one body. Noob goes down. They do get that confirmation, send him backpacking into the lobby. But can the last member for 21, Roy, somehow win this one for them? He's got to hop into his vehicle, move towards that region where the boys from EFX are currently at. He might be able to find a way to evade the shot so far and stay alive in this particular game. But there's also still the boys from UL who are just in front of him. But my goodness, what a time right here for all of these guys. But Roy manages to just avoid that one for now, as we can see all the way. Taco sending in the nades into that position where the boys from EFX are currently at. He does get the elimination. Now EFX are down to the last guy. The two teams have one member each. We do see Roy getting taken out, and that nade might just seal this game through and get them that extra winner with a chicken dinner of the night. Absolutely amazing stuff coming in from the boys from UL right there, as they do will get another chicken dinner. Mad stuff. Alright guys, I'm just gonna, like I did the last time, take another screenshot of everything. But my goodness, what amazing stuff going down right here, as we have been seeing all of these guys going toe-to-toe against each other. The boys of UL put it up another great performance in the Miramar match. We still got about 2 games to go, guys, so don't go nowhere. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for some more action, and we should have the leaderboard ready for you once we're back for the 3rd game of the night. I'll see you soon.
Maybe it's cause we young, got time and we're wasted, got no plans for the night. I love how you look at me, feeling low, nothing to lose. Can we stay here tonight, cause I don't wanna go. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time, but don't you wanna do it all again? Start on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time, yeah, I wanna do it all again. We were on top of the world, time that we wasted. We were young and so dumb. I knew that you were the one, played our songs all the time. Can we stay here tonight, cause I don't wanna go. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't come back. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time, but don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time, yeah, I wanna do it all again. pick up the pieces that we left unsaid. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind. Hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. But don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again.
Yeah, no, you ain't no psycho. You're not like the others, no. No changing behaviors. Not sure how to act around you. So colorful and bright, yeah. I wanna be a 9 to 5. You made me come alive, babe. I wanna be the time of your life. Come change my life just for a while. Let's go for a ride now. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride, yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else. Making it happen, yeah. Cause you're a winner. I'm not gonna fall down. This ain't my final round. Hey, drinking Annie in the corner. I don't wanna be alone. Hey, sitting looking like a loser, but I don't wanna lose ya. Come change my life just for a while. Let's go for a ride now. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride, yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else. Come change my life for the better, yeah. Stay for a while or forever. Come change my life. Let's go for a ride. Outside the club, we come alive. Let's go for a ride, yeah. I wanna get to know you. I don't wanna leave so soon. You and me forever, or maybe just for tonight. Do you wanna get to know me? I will give it all to you. You and me forever. Don't care about nothing else.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you I know how.
All right, guys. So we're going into the pretty much what is the third game of the night. All right, so we're going to be moving into a Sandhawk map, and you do know that this map is going to be absolutely outstanding. It is, boys, from UL who have been stumping on the lobby so far. So right now we're gonna see what they're gonna do. We had a lot of conversations early on about the future of mobile gaming, and if you guys do care about that, you can go and check that out. The next competition that we're most likely going to be hosting towards pretty much what is the end of the year, because we're going to take our time to prepare it. And this is the feature of the channel, okay? It's going to be Battle Royale Olympics. Immediately after the Fire Easter events, we're going to be hosting scrims. We're going to be introducing other games on the channel and just showing, pretty much what those games are all about. But at the end of the year, we're going to host a Battle Royale Olympics, and what that's going to do is it's going to sort of like, get you guys to feel if you like other games. There's so many other competitions out there around PUBG Mobile and all that stuff, but we're gonna have PUBG there. We're gonna have other games, other Battle Royale games, just Battle Royale games, because I know we are a Battle Royale community. All right, so we're gonna first of all take a look at the leaderboard, how things currently stand. It is the boys from Ultimate Rage who are leading right there, so you can see it getting refreshed with the boys right there from Ultimate Rage getting 96 points and still leading that charge all the way. So we'll continue to see how that one does build up as things are beginning to shape up. The boys from EFX coming up in that second position. Now let's move on to the game and take a look at where several different teams are currently landing. We do see the boys from UL who were the champions of the previous game landing quite comfortable again, but let's turn our sights onto that position right there at boot camp. It is Afro and the boys from Active Gaming who are going toe to toe against each other. Now we do know that usually this is where the boys from Citizens normally land. This is where they normally call home, but because of the IGL coming on from Citizens, it is now the position of the boys right there for Active Gaming. And let's see how that one continues to build up as the boy right there, Poochie, continues to now see if he can, or Peachy. Sorry, I said Poochie. Maybe that sounds actually better. Nah, because I had to try to talk for there. Yeah, because I had to try to talk for there. All right, so the boys Peachy trying to get a knock or two onto the boys from Active Gaming. Now, somebody did make a comment about the first game and said the vibe wasn't too great, and they said that on WhatsApp, not here actually. So there's one thing that you guys have to know. It is very different, and you can see if you go and watch, let's say 3 Crowns streaming, right? You would see that when 3 Crowns is when I'm casting on a production like 3 Crowns, where there is a producer and there's a team and all I have to do is cast, watch the game and cast, I can concentrate and the vibe can be 100%. But when I have to stream, and by streaming I mean I'm the one doing the production, I'm the one changing the scenes, I'm the one doing everything, you cannot expect the production to be the same as when there is a production team. The vibe, I'm gonna have gaps, especially when I'm the only person that is streaming and costing for the day, and it costs money to get streamers, and sometimes streamers are not just available. Crowns is busy, DK is busy, Priest is busy as well, he's not available, so we cannot have that thing. So sometimes it's not just there. I'm not the best caster for solo casting, I do more of analysis, and my strengths usually lie when I'm with somebody else. Okay, so that's why you would see me do a lot of great casting for maybe Nodwin Gaming or 3 Crowns and Lidoma or whoever I cast for when I do have a partner. So that's pretty much how it is. But I will try my best to make sure that we do deliver what is a great view right here, as we do see the boys from Active Gaming pulling up onto this particular region. It is Godier and his boys who are trying as much as possible to make that move, to make that charge. But Godier has a player who is behind him who comes up. It is the boy Peachy. And Peachy's almost gone down, and you can see, boom, down he goes. Active Gaming now beginning the onslaught right there. It does look like 2 of the players, or 1 of the player right there from Afro has been gone down, and it is 1-1 on each end. Afro trying now as much as possible to see if they can get that revive. Our boy Neo now pulling up onto this location. And Jetto trying as much as possible to keep them alive. But now is when they do need their teammates. And down goes another player right there for Active Gaming. Where are the rest? Where is Skinny? Where's Sarge? Sarge, they do need your help right now. But they're somehow being kept at bay as they were not able to join in on the fight. And the boys right there from Active Gaming have now been reduced onto a two-man squad against the boys from Afro who are pulling up onto this particular region. You can see them right now. But with Hunter's back being turned down, he's able to still get that knock. And it's down to just Skinny to keep their hopes alive in this particular game. My goodness, what a time right there. Skinny is trying to get that revive, but he's now getting pulled up by Peachy. And it looked like they were staying in this game, but now he does get taken out. It is the nade, and they're sending him back into the lobby. My goodness, what an amazing gameplay coming in for the boys right there from Afro. And it will be Neo getting 3 of those confirmations and eliminations onto the boys right there from Active Gaming. So not quite great a start as the boys from Active would have wanted. As the boys from Afro, who were currently leading the chart before the game started in the semi-finals, now have a couple of points and eliminations to themselves. We'll continue to see how the game does build out. In the meantime, let's take a look at the map and see how things are currently situated. We do have teams, the boys from EFX, currently situated within that position at Paradise Resorts. We do have the boys from TR all the way at Hating, and Rage is all the way towards that southern region. Invictus, who have been having things not quite as easy in this particular game, the champions of the WAPL, now not too far from the boys from Fugitive Esports. We will keep an eye and see how that one is going to build up as their rotations might cross paths along those lines in Camp Charlie. We'll see what that means for them as they continue to now begin to make their rotations. Who do you think is going, to win this particular game? Yeah, exactly. I love what Larry just said. Like, I do have like better vibes at production level when someone else is handling the production because you're not the one doing everything. There are certain people that are good at all levels. Someone like Crowns is very good at both handling production and being able to still keep up the vibes, but it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. Priest is sort of good at it too as well, but Priest production has to be better. So for me, my production is good or has improved over time, but I've focused or I've had more experience with being a caster where somebody else is managing the production. I've done that, but whenever I have to handle the production, sometimes maybe 1 or 2 games is not that good, and especially when there are problems, especially when there's a problem, that's when things now begin to when the silence now begins to come through, or maybe there's a little vibe drop here and there. But yeah, that seems to happen. But I'm gonna try and see if I can maintain that level right here. Thanks for noticing that one, but I do still appreciate the feedback, and I do appreciate the support, and I like, no matter, see, look, man, come and tell me like, man, Fire, you were shit. I love it. Tell me, give me the feedback, because that is the way I will improve. That is the way I will get better. But don't forget to tell me I was great when I'm great as well. Okay, as well as you say I'm shit, don't forget to tell me I'm great too. Okay, but I do appreciate the feedback regardless. All right, so the boys from Invictus are beginning to make their move right there. We're now seeing them, inching quite close to the boys from UL, and it's just the moment. It's just the moment where they can hold. Oh, I was thinking that they could somehow defend themselves against the boys from UL, but UL continuing on with their onslaught right there as they will get bodied now. The boys from UL looking to make the move into this position. They do have sights. They do have sights onto the boys right there for Invictus, and it does look like Respect might get picked up, and that's exactly what happens. He has gotten that res. Ooh, but the boys from CLS also coming into the mix right there. As Invictus are now beginning to go toe-to-toe against them. So they're pretty much in what is a three-way fight right there. Invictus trying as much as possible to see if they can pick up Rogue Baby. But that's not going to happen. As Invictus does lose one player. All right, so they're pretty much surrounded around this region. Invictus not having quite a great day so far. UL, who started off this one and gotten themselves 2 eliminations so far, surrounding the boys from Invictus. Now find themselves in a situation where they got to make their way all into the zone as well. The shots are also beginning to let loose all the way around CLS and the boys from Fugitive Esports. So a little skirmish going on around those corners. But the shots are continuing right there. As another player from Invictus does get sent backpacking into the lobby. Invictus numbers have now been reduced, I do believe, into just one player. Okay, two players actually. Does look like they took out one of the players from CLS, and now is when they're going in for the juggler. They're going in for the rest of the players right there from the boys from Invictus, and they want to get those kills. And it's just report and respect who are currently left within this vicinity. And you can see them from UL beginning to make that move. They're charging on to take them down. And will this night be able to do any damage right here? It is respect and the boy report who are currently holding ground right here. One Molly into this position. Could send them backpacking into the lobby. The nade being sent to Prefire, and boom, down goes respect. And Victor's looking like they're going to have another bad game right here. Report does get one knock right there. It turns into another one. He's about to get that extra elimination. He gets one, he gets two. But that would definitely not be enough to seal the game for them, as they will be sent back packing into the lobby. The boys from UL playing that one absolutely outstanding and got themselves 5 eliminations so far early on right here, continuing to boost their chances. They've come into today's game with some juju, with some, extra vibe to make sure that they do continue to grab those points, and they're playing it absolutely outstanding, as you can see them currently leading our charge. Let's turn our sights onto the map and see where all the teams are currently moving towards. It's moving all the way towards that northern region, that northwestern region, and that's where those teams are trying to push all the way through. You do see the boys from Most Wanted and Apex holding quite a great spot within that zone. Apex, speaking of them, they haven't had quite the opportunity to stamp their foot on the game so far. Things have not been looking quite great for them, but might this be the game where they're able to turn things around? You can now see the shots now beginning to let loose, but there's also the menace on the boys right there from UL. Continue on with the onslaught. They've got one knock onto the boys from Fugitives, and might not be looking too great for the boys from Fugitives right there, as they are down to just the last guy. It is just Galbar who is somehow holding on for dear life in this particular game, as he sees several different teams just rotating around him. Might he be able to get that revive onto his teammates, because the boys from UL are focusing on getting into that zone, or will they be gunning him down, chasing him? They do pull up onto Shake and do take Shake down, and he might not be able to escape from this one, as they are just rotating and driving around him. He is looking like dear mid for them, but there's also a possible authentication going to happen right here within this particular region, as they do pull up onto that position where Rage is currently at. Volkin and the boys right there looking like they're in absolute trouble. Deji and his boys trying to hold onto their life in this particular one, but the return fire coming in, and it does put Moon down into the ground right there. The boys from UL now lose one of their players, as Deji and the boys are currently holding things down. Deji does go down. The boys from UL, who lost one of the players, still fighting on for their life in this particular one. They've got themselves 7 eliminations so far. They're doing quite well. There's also third-party shots that are coming in. My goodness, what a time. This guy knows his enemies' places really well. There's still one game after this. Which guy, Loha? Yeah, I'm wondering which guy. Anyways. The boys from UL trying to make their way into the zone. We do see a fight going on between the boys from Afro and the boys from Apex, and we'll continue to see how that one does build up. UL trying to decide, do we move into that zone? Do we continue to hold on to this particular position? You do see Amani he does have a view and a sight onto the boys from UL as they will try to approach towards that zone. But there's a lot of trouble happening in that position within the zone as teams are going absolutely crazy. Let's take a look at the boys from Apex. They've got Peachy sent back down into the lobby, and with them losing one player in that particular fight, and all the way on the other corner, they now have the boys from TR to face, and now they're going toe-to-toe against them. Ooh, but Fireboy making the decision not to take on the player that was behind him, and he would now get sent back into the lobby. And it's left from Moonlight and Blessing to somehow hold out for their life in this particular game, and they're going toe-to-toe against each other. And it's just left in Moonlight right now. What can he do? Can he somehow keep them alive in this game? Funcho goes down. Leo pulling up behind him. Ooh, it switches. But that would not be enough as the boys from TR put in the work in this game, and they got themselves 4 eliminations so far, taking out the boys from Apex. Something's going on with Apex, man, because it's not just. This is not the Apex we know. Apex usually does stomp out the entire lobby, but the boys from TR being absolutely outstanding. They've got themselves 5 eliminations so far. We're down to 10 teams, and it is looking, quite interesting so far. As all these teams are going absolutely wild. There are a lot of skirmishes going down at several different corners. The boys from UL found a way to make it out of dodge with the boys, from Rage, and I love the way they played. They knew that they were in a very serious circumstance against the boys from Rage, but they decided to rotate away. They know when to take on fights that they should and when they should move out, and that is the signs of champions. Sometimes you got to know, when to take fights and when not to, and that's exactly what they've done right here. We'll continue to see how that one does build up right there within that zone. There's also the boys right there within that center for Most Wanted, taking on shots onto the boys from 21st Century. And these two teams are pretty much within that central position, now beginning to send shots the way you can see. Fat Boy has noticed that several different teams are rotating around those corners. We'll see how it continues to build up. Outstanding stuff. Alright, shots of units get loose as one of the knocks right there go into the boys from Most Wanted and the boys from 21st Century, who are now putting in the onslaught right there. We also see on the kill feed that UL is in a whole lot of trouble, and someone's got to stop them. Someone's got to make sure that they are not getting the third winner with the chicken it out that day, as they've continued to rack up those points right here. But now the boys from Most Wanted are trying as much as possible to each into this particular position. We did see 21st Century get on a winner chicken dinner in yesterday's games, and they are trying to hold on in this one. We'll see what that means for them eventually. There's several different teams around the lines that are sending on shots. The boys from UL are continuing to try to stay alive in this one. 21st Century does have a whole bunch of teams turning our sights onto the boys from TR, who have now won a skirmish against the boys from UL. Send them back into the lobby. If there's any team who's going to be stopping the boys from UL, it's definitely going to be TR. We're absolutely outstanding. They did lose one player, but they're currently sitting down with 8 players right there. Let's continue now to turn our sights onto the boys from EFX. You're now beginning to see them going toe-to-toe against the boys from Most Wanted. It's a really dire time. All of them battling out hard. The boys from Most Wanted down to the last guy. It's Constant, who's trying as much as possible to keep them alive in this game, but he's being surrounded and he does get taken down as the boys from EFX will win that particular fight. and still manage to keep their full team. They've got several different members around them. They're currently sitting down right here with 9 eliminations. It is EFX doing absolutely outstanding. Oh my goodness, what a day so far. We've been seeing violence at every single corner, but here comes the boys from 21 pulling up into this position. 21, can you do something for me right now? Can you pull something out of the cards, Rowie and the boys? You did it yesterday, you can do it again today. Let's see if they can pull up those performances that we know that they can. They had an outstanding game in yesterday's game, and look at the shots being let loose right there from the boys from 21st Century. And Baby and his boys are known to be absolutely outstanding. They're ready. They're ready for this one. Let's see how they perform. All right. All right, we're down to 5 teams right here within the lobby. The shots beginning to let loose. The boys from TR are also coming into the mix. EFX sending shots their way as well. Temple Boy looking to get into a favorable position. The boys from TR causing a whole lot of trouble. But right there, silently in the mix, there's also Shiva, who is being quite silent. But Rage Alpha, the man, the myth. He's putting on work onto the boys from EFX as he's got in a couple of eliminations right there. He also got one of the players from EFX outside, Supra, who's also gone down. He might just get that elimination. He wants to get his team member, but there's also one player just outside right there, Temploy, who does take advantage of that moment and takes him out of the game. So right now, we're down to 4 teams left in this one. The revives are also coming through from the boys from EFX, who are currently sitting down with 11 eliminations. 21 is also in the mix of things. They still got a full squad. They've not gotten themselves a whole lot of kills. But 21 has got the numbers. They got the buddies to somehow seal this game through. And the EFX does manage to get those rotations and get into a good spot within that zone, but the vehicle does get blown up as Supra does go down. Might they be able to get this elimination? But now there are teams outside the zone. It is the boys from 03 who did not get any chicken dinner throughout the entire game. We're just waiting to get into the action. Now moving into that position, taking out the boys from EFX. And now they have been triggered, the boys from 03. They have been summoned and they are into the game right now, looking to get themselves into great spots. But you've got to be careful because the boys from 21 are currently sitting down with a full squad. It's also the boys from TR who have a position within those buildings. And they're making it work. They're making it work. Let's see. Is it going to be the boys from 21 Century who do win this one? Let's take a look at the map and see where they're positioned. You can see that they're outside the zone, so they've got to make their move. The boys from TR might be able to seal this game through as they've got themselves those buildings to work with. They're taking a look onto several different teams around them. And Funcho is the boy. Is the boy who has been putting in that damage in this game so far. He's got 3 eliminations to himself. They're currently sitting down with 9 of those for the team. Massive game so far as they're all looking quite strong. But down goes Funcho as Riley's is not to be toyed with. He does get that elimination. My goodness, what a game. It's looking like a finish. It's going to go the way of the boys from 21. The boys from TR getting pushed from 2 different corners. Let me take a look at that view. Coming down from the boy right there, baby. Maybe looking like he can make it into that zone. Because Molly's now beginning to let loose. And this may just do the damage that boom. Here goes the boys from TR falling down 1, 2. And now they're looking to make that move. The boys from 03 are down to just the 1 player. The boys from 21 are now beginning to to light up the entire lobby right here. They're sending shots onto that particular position, and will baby go down? So there's fire right here. He might be able to get that revive, but no, the molly does actually do its work. It does the damage, but the numbers coming in from the Boston 21 might just be enough to seal this game through. It is two players from the boys from 03 who just lit up at the very right moment. You can see them just trying to get that heal on to pull up onto this particular position. Shiva and Riley's have done the work to get themselves into that second spot. And do they have what it takes to now seal this game through against the boys from 21 as they're in a 2v3 situation? But Ace is that man that's just currently keeping them outside that zone, and who knows? It might just be a thing, and boom, down goes another player. Now what looked like the boys from 21 had the front foot is now them down to the last guy, and it's two players right there from the boys from 03. It is Shiva. Shiva is the man who's been doing the damage right here. So he's reduced the deficit down to a 2v2 situation. And my goodness, what a time for all of these guys. The boys from 21 Century now looking not to let this game slip for them. They had this game in the bag, but somehow it's now going the other way. The name's being sent into that position right there within that building. Can they somehow seal this game? They both have a corner of that zone. And now it's all down to individual brilliances. Can Riley's and Shiva finish what has been an outstanding game for them, coming in at the right moment to clutch those massive points? They do want those points, but those that nade from Nutty might just do the work and get a knock, but it doesn't look like that's exactly what's gonna happen. Okay, GG's don't know him. Amazing stuff. Oh, the shot's being let loose that way. But some 03 have got to make them move. But here's where things get interesting. They've been able to take them down right now. And Riley's has got to step it up at this particular moment if he will be looking to get that winner with the chicken dinner. He's scrolling on the floor. He may get spotted. The molly coming through, but here is where Riley has now been triggered. He has been activated. He's gotten the knock, and it's a 1v1 situation between the two of them. Riley's now going in to try to get that winner with the chicken dinner. He's able to evade the shots coming through. Can Roy win this 1v1 situation? He does a little bit of damage. Oh my goodness, how does he seal through? At the end of the day, it's a boys from 21 who don't win that one, and Roy finding it within him to get that elimination, and he does get the winner chicken dinner. Absolutely amazing stuff coming in from 21. But my goodness, the boys from 03, Shiva and Riley's put up a huge fight in that one. Amazing stuff coming in from the two of them. All right, guys, what a gameplay coming in from the boys right there from 03. It was absolutely outstanding. They were able to battle all the way and get that second spot. But at the end of the day, it will be the boys from 21 who did something for us and got the winner with a chicken dinner in this particular game. So we'll be right back for some more action. Obviously, the leaderboard will be updated by the time we're about to begin the next game. See you soon for our final game of the night. going toe-to-toe against them. Ooh, but Fireboy making the decision not to take on the player that was behind him, and he would now get sent back into the lobby. And it's left from Moonlight and Blessing to somehow hold out for their life in this particular game, and they're going toe-to-toe against each other. And it's just left in Moonlight right now. What can he do? Can he somehow keep them alive in this game? Funcho goes down. Leo pulling up behind him. Ooh, it switches. But that would not be enough for the boys from TR putting the work in this game. They got themselves 4 eliminations so far. Taking out the boys from Apex. Something's going on with Apex, man, because it's not just, this is not the Apex we know. Apex usually does stomp out the entire lobby, but the boys from TR being absolutely outstanding. They've got themselves 5 eliminations so far. We're down to 10 teams. And it is looking, quite interesting so far. So all these teams are going absolutely wild. There are a lot of skirmishes going down at several different corners. The boys from UL found a way to make it out of Dodge with the boys, from Rage. And I love the way they played. They knew that they were in a very serious circumstance against the boys from Rage, but they decided to rotate away. They know when to take on fights that they should and when they should move out, and that is the
that I'm changing, but it's really you. I see how you play those games. Wifey type for a maid man. A queen can make moves, a king can't. Snatch you up, now you take it. Gave you bricks, now you building a wall up. Lately you and I've been all love. I don't know what's up with our love. You forgetting all about us. Oh, my jolie, where are you? When I need you the most, you still MIA. This is murder, heart is melting. Girl, you got me. Called your bluff and made you something. Now you're talking. Telling me to cool it off. How can I pull it off? Telling me to cool it off. How can I pull it off? You don't turn on me now. You don't get no time for me now, babe. Got him on a rebound, but it's only you that I like, babe. Tout ce que j'ai fait, c'était pour toi. Sur le haut parlement, t'écoutes pas. Tu me vois crever, mais tu touches pas. Pourquoi? Whoa, yo, wall up. You can't even get the scores up. For us, I don't know what's up with our love. You forgetting all about us. My jolie, where you been? When I need you the most, you still MIA. This is murder, heart is melting. Girl, you got me. This is called the bluff and read you something. Now you talking. Telling me to pull it off. How can I pull it off?
a full team. They've got several different members around them. They're currently sitting.
My jolie. Yeah, this is murder.
Maybe it's cause we're young. Got time and we're wasted. Got no plans for the night. I love how you look at me. Feeling low, nothing to lose. Can we say it tonight? Cause I don't wanna go. I know that the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget ya. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. So I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. Or don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. We were on top of the world, had time that we wasted. We were young and so dumb. I knew that you were the one, played our songs all the time. Can we stay here tonight? 'Cause I don't wanna go. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't come back. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget ya. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. So I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. But don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. You know that I don't wanna feel this way again. So let's pick up the pieces that we left unsaid. I know the tension's gone now, and that you won't stay here. Keep looking back, don't wanna forget ya. Yeah, I wanna do it all again. So I keep pushing rewind, hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time. But don't you wanna do it all again? Stuck on repeat in my mind, dancing with you by my side. We can't get lost in time. Yeah, I wanna do it all again.
Yeah, no, you ain't no psycho. You're not like the others, no. No changing behaviors. Not sure how to act around you. So colorful and bright, yeah. I wanna be a 9 to 5. You made me come alive, babe. I wanna be the time of your life. Come change my.
All right, guys, we've been moving into the final game of the night, and what what a great day it's been. We've seen so many great tournaments. I just want to turn off this music right here. All right, so we've seen so many great games so far. We've seen the boys on to the one, do something for us in that third game, overturning the boys from UL today who were just going absolutely stunning every single game. And now the boys on to the one were able to grab that winner chicken dinner, but the boys on 03 almost did it. It was really this Crows Riley's could have won that one for the boys from 03 with just a two-man squad. That's to show you how powerful that team 03 right there is. There's no surprise why they are currently the reigning champions of the NPL. So right here, going into our final game of the night, we are back in Erangel. So let's get into it. But before we do get into that game, I just want to show you, our current leaderboard. Okay, this is where things absolutely stand right now. With the boys from Ultimate Rage standing right there with 104 points, continuing to boost themselves up on that leaderboard right there. So we'll see how that one does, play out for all of these guys as we do now enter into what is the final game of the night. And being on ground right here, we do have the boys from UL, and we'll turn our sights onto Apex, who have not had quite the great game so far. But before we do that, we're just going to switch on to the boys from Dragons who are currently on ground with Afro. It is the boy Hunter with a shotgun who does take down one of the players from Afro. He does send him backpacking into the lobby. There's also the boys from CLS who will also getting into a little bit of skirmish. It does look like CLS got themselves a wipe. I do believe onto the boys from Rage. With Rage coming into this game with 2 players, they've sent them back home. All right, so Man Patel says gave him some pep talk. So maybe he gave 21 a good pep talk, for them to come back and have a good game because that usually happens, sometimes you got to motivate your players with the Marino talk, you know. Let's see, how this one continues to build out. But all the way, let's first of all take a look at this map right here. We do see this map currently situated in that center, but it's drifting towards that northern region with the boys from Invictus holding a position all the way at Rosehawk. And take a look at the boys from Active Gaming. They've got one of the players within that zone right there around Ruins. And we'll see if that's some tactics or maybe it was some, mistake. We'll see how that one continues to build out. All the way, you do have Maddie and the boys from O3 all the way around that North Georgia Pool. TR, who was absolutely outstanding in that Sandhawk game as well in that South Georgia Pool region. You do have the boys from Apex sitting down around a hospital, and that's where they usually start off their rotations. But on ground with us is Dragons and the boys from Afro Esports who are around this region. They're in a 3v3 situation as the boys from Afro have lost one of their players. And Peachy and his boys are just eating and waiting for that opportunity right here. What was this? Absolute. What's that trolling? What's that trolling? I'm not sure, but anyways. Alright, he was able to get that elimination onto one of the boys right there from Dragons, who have now been reduced to a 2-man squad. It's just left with Emperor and Lil Diff to somehow keep them alive in this particular game. But they're going up against an Afro team who's going for absolute vengeance. Vengeance right there in that one. As Emperor does get gunned down. Right now, it's just left with Lil Diff to somehow keep his hopes alive in this game. He's got several different players around him to watch for. The boys from Afro are trying to pull up onto this one as that nade will be sent into that position where he's at and does send him backpacking into the lobby. So Afro winning that particular fight and sending them out of dodge right there and back into the lobby. So that will be the end of the day for them. So we do take a look at the zone and see where it's currently situated. All of these teams will be looking to find themselves with a great position so far. Oh my goodness, what a time, what a time, what a time. Absolutely outstanding stuff. Sometimes things are just, Whew. Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. Okay, guys, for everyone who messaged me about, like, oh, wait, don't stop the stream. Don't stop the stream. I don't control the stream. Okay, there's someone else that control the room. Sorry, I control the stream, but I don't control the room. There's someone else who does that. So yeah, I don't control the room. So just take note of that. I'm probably the wrong person to be messaging to say, hey, don't start the room and all that stuff. You should probably message someone else on that situation. Okay, so Buddy finding himself in a whole lot of trouble coming up against the boys right there for Mad. He has gotten one. I do believe he did get one elimination. Okay, he did get a knock onto one of the players. Why are you going in the open? Why are you going in the open? Why not stay behind in the vehicle? Or he's probably not aware where he's been knocked from. Like, literally, why are you going? That is very strange. Very, very strange. Like he's going towards the player rather than away from him. It's pretty strange, yeah. All right, so regardless, let's continue to see how this one does build up. Was right there from Active Gaming, looking to get themselves into an altercation right there with the boys from Mad, as they're beginning to light things up. They've gotten a revive, so it might be a 2v4 situation right there, but we'll see how that one does build up. Does look like they're just going to get out of that position right there, so let's turn our sights onto other guys and see how they're going to perform. Taking a look at the map right here, we do see several different teams now beginning to make the rotations into that zone. It might be seeing the boys from Apex getting to a little skirmish. We'll continue to keep an eye and see how that one is going to build up right there. But do let us know who you're going to be supporting. Who do you think is going to win this game? Who is going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner? Boys from TR and O3 might be going toe-to-toe against each other. We're going to also keep close eyes on that one and see how it continues to build up. You can see Falcon, just taking a look onto the boys right there from O3 Brothers. Just trying as much as possible to see if we could get a knock or two. They've done a little bit of damage onto them so far. Oh, the knocks coming through right there as Funcho does go down. And now they can turn the sights onto the rest of the players right there from O3 Brothers. But O3 is pulling up onto this particular fight. Now, this is where things now begin to get interesting as both of O3 are looking for this one. They're going toe-to-toe against them right here. The boys of O3 coming in with a 3-man squad. You can see Nexus trying as much as possible to see if he can get a knock or two onto them boys right there. Riley is currently leading that chart. He's holding that nade and he's looking for that knock. And on the other end too, you do have the boys from Active Gaming who are also coming into the mix. And Skinny does get a knock onto one of the players right there from TR. But some O3 are not aware of that one. TR in a mix right there. The shots flying in left, right, center onto that direction. They've got to make a decision. They've got to either get out of this particular position and now come into the line of sight of Skinny. Falcon being dealt a lot of damage, but he's aware of that position where Skinny is at. He comes in, and it will be Skinny who does send him back packing into the lobby. But some O3 got themselves a couple of eliminations in that particular fight. Can now turn the sights onto the boys from Active Gaming, except Skinny just get out of that position. Sheevan's quite aware that there was a player right there. We'll see if they do make the decision to pull up onto his position. Taking a look at the map, you can now see that map still within that central spot. So you got about some Fuji teams sitting out all the way around that region around school. UL, who had quite some amazing games, still doing well for themselves as they have gotten themselves into a position around shelter, but they can rotate all the way towards that center without being interrupted. And we'll see how that one does play out right there. But there's still some action going down for the boys from O3 as Shiva does go down. It does look like it was Sarge who actually did get that knock. Now, with the boys from Active Gaming making that push onto that location, it doesn't look like that's the plan. But they do come closer and closer. It does look like Surge and the boys are going to try to see if they can take on this particular fight. They do pull up onto this location. They have Skinny at a distance, and it looks like they want to take on this fight. They want to push for it. The nade's beginning to let loose right there as Shiva does send another nade onto that position, and it does look like Jetto is going to go down to one of those nades. There was some active gaming, not looking like they can win this particular one. They're in a 2v3 situation right now. That damage has been done onto Skinny, and boom, down goes Skinny as well. And that will be the end of the game for the boys from Active Gaming, pushing on to the boys from O3 and getting taken out of the game. O3 brothers doing quite well for themselves, but they've gotten themselves 6 eliminations so far. They continue on with the onslaught that they had from the beginning, taking on the boys from TR. And now sending Active Gaming back into the lobby. What a game. What a game today. Alright, so let's take a look at the map and see where all of these teams are at. We're moving all the way towards that third stage of the zone. And several different teams can now begin to make their rotations into that zone. It's all down to little margins right now. Let's see. Let's see how it's going to go. All right. With that win going the way of the boys from O3, they will now begin to make the move into that zone. And now see them begin to make the rotations in. For the esports within that center, have a team who's currently approaching towards their position. You can see the boys from EFX now beginning to get shot up by the boys from Fugitive Esports. Reverb is getting shot. But they're not going to make that risk. They're not going to take that risk. They're not stopping within this particular position. But it does look like the shots. Ooh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? But now they have been triggered. One of the players has been sent back into the lobby. Now the boys from EFX want to take on this fight. Shake trying as much as possible to see if he can keep them at bay. But EFX is going to probably want to pull up onto this position. They've lost one of the players, 10 boy. So River and his boys will definitely be thinking about pulling up onto this location. Okay. So what's EFX gonna do? It does look like the boys from EFX are just gonna pull away from that particular position and head into another spot. Someone says TRX did not have quite a good game, that they only do third parties. Are you sure about that? Alright, taking a look at that zone, you can see several different teams are now trying to move towards that central position. The boys from EFX still find a position for themselves. You still got about 9 teams right here within the lobby, and this is where things now are going to start to get super interesting. Everyone's trying to find a spot to call their own. And my goodness, what a time, what a time. This final game is living up to expectation. The boys from Fugitive Esports are looking like they want to claim this game. They want to take out so many different teams around them. And it is Shike who is looking quite good. Wait, is this the Shike that was in Foul Play? There's a share in Foul Play, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Just let me know if that is what it is. Let me know if that is what it is. Turning sights onto the boys from EFX, who have currently got that central position within the map. The map's now beginning to move into that third stage. And things are only going to start to get smaller from here, and that's where those rotations will now begin to count. You can see the shots being let loose right there by Reverb onto that position where Shiva is going to add, but Shiva is no pushover as he does get that return fire onto Reverb 4K. Reverb, one of the OGs right there for EFX. Been doing this quite a while. I wonder where Suli is, or did Suli just change his name? Because I know these guys together for quite a while. No, they used to be one of the biggest, brightest names within the community. But things don't change, you know. I guess that's the best way to say it. Yeah, Fix Revival and the boys too. Absolutely an outstanding squad, by the way, regardless of things changing. All right, so let's look at the zone for a minute. See where it's currently situated with the boys on 03 within that center. 21 also shaping up to have a great game in that finals. The boys, you are also positioned right there within that center, as well as Fugitives and Invictus all the way at Rosehawk. So all those teams are looking like they've got a spot within that zone. They've anticipated the position with that shift of the zone. CLS has not had, you know, quite the best of games today. We'll also be looking to see if they can rotate into that spot within that center. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that and see how it does build out. Several different teams now beginning to inch closer and closer in that zone as well. 53 Sports do hop into the vehicle and start to make the rotations. No shots now being let loose at every single corner. The boys from 21 turning the sides onto EFX. Pyro and his boys. They can see if they can take them down, but my goodness, what a game coming through. Absolutely outstanding stuff at every single corner. Nudie, the boy, looking for that one opportunity. But not able to connect all the way. The boys and Fugitives are still at school, you know, holding a great position so far. They've got the numbers, they've got the full bodies right now. Everyone's just waiting for the zone because, you know, several different, you know, teams have occupied, you know, builders within that zone. Let's just take a look at the way there's a contest with it. But it does look like UL and the boys from CLS were going toe-to-toe against each other. CLS losing one of the players right there, the scout. And let's tune in onto the boys from CLS and see who's the guy who's been taken out. It is and will be Manny. You know who's gotten taken out right there. Danny Brown and his boys are definitely not to be trifled with, but they do know when to take on a fight and when to move away. And it does look like they're going to just move away from that particular position as it is being occupied by the boys from Ultimate Rage and decided, hey, you know what? Let's just rotate away. Let's just get out of that position because it's not going to favor us right now. There's no need fighting up on that edge trying to get into the zone. And that's exactly what they're going to do. As you can see them now making the rotations towards that central position. Are they going to move onto the direction where the boys from Fujitive Esports are currently situated at? Or are they going to find themselves up against the boys from EFX? We'll see how that one continues to build up as there's several different teams in front of them. They are now approaching that region where the boys from 03 are currently situated at, and my goodness, what a time. It's looking quite tough for them, but they might have found a space. They might have found a spot, but the shots are still being let loose. A Shake is looking to see if he can take on shots onto this position where they're currently at, and everyone is trying to hold a spot. Everyone's trying to find that little bit and piece to call their own. And we're still in that moment. We're still in those situations where you know, several different teams are just holding on their space. And for a long time right now, we still had 9 teams so far within the lobby, and they've still been trying as much as possible to see if they can send on them shots, if they can take on the teams. But you can now see the boys from 03 trying as much as possible to see if they can make them move, and it will be the boy right there, Shiva, the boy, you know, getting a couple of eliminations as Shiva alone Oh my goodness, we just got into that late. Shiva alone sent out the boys from CLS, takes them back into the lobby. But he might have just been getting too confident in that one, as he will most likely get thirsted in this particular position. Ooh. Ooh, the boys from AFX putting in the work, taking them down. It will be Supra getting that confirmation, and that will be their first confirmation of the night as they continue to take on several different guys. We will see how that one does play out for them. The boys from O3 on the other end still looking quite strong with Nexus the man, getting a couple of eliminations. But here is where things now begin to get absolutely interesting as Reverb is putting in the work. He's getting in the knocks. He's taking on shots onto the boys from UL, who are trying to find a spot of their own, but they cannot just find any piece around, as they have one of the players who is currently knocked down. They're trying to get that rest. It does look like that rest is definitely going to come through. They have the line of sight onto the boys from EFX right there on top of that building. And guys, please hit that like. Hit that like, 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 hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Okay? Go on and do that. Alright, so the boys from UL will now be pulling up onto that building. They want to make that attack. Phantoms and his boys are known for this. But the third party shots now beginning to come through. Might also be putting in some damage onto them. But they want to be they are a force to reckon with, so definitely they'll be looking to make that push onto that building. You can now see them making that move, but there's also Reverb who's coming in from the corner. He might just be able to do some damage. The third party shots coming in from Shake does do some damage onto them and does take them down. The nade coming in from Reverb might be able to actually do some extra damage onto the boys right there for UL, and you can see them being absolutely stomped. They're down to the last guy. And the boys from UL will now be sent backpacking out of the lobby. They pushed that one quite aggressively, but at the end of the day, it did not go their way. But now shots are being let loose by 21, and the boys from Fugitives onto this position where the boys from EFX are situated at. They have done some work to get a few eliminations so far and boost themselves all the way into that top 7, but it's still not enough. The work is not yet done. The work is not done. Hey, my Thunder's voice is horrible. Alright. Apex, on the other hand, they've gotten a couple of eliminations to themselves. Moonlight's currently sitting down with 3 of those eliminations, as well as Blessing sitting down with 1. But they do not have the zone. They'll be looking to push the way through 21 right there. You can see them going in for that knock. And now it's about that time where they'll be hopping into the vehicles and looking to make that push onto the boys from 21st Century. So Century, who got the winner chicken dinner in the previous one. We're looking to see if they can stay alive in this particular game. We're trying to get those revives, but some Apex are eaching and coming up quite close. Here's what it is. The Mollies now beginning to let loose. As another player right there from 21 does get dropped down. They're trying to hold on for their life in this one, as Ace just get a knock onto one of the players from Apex, and he somehow has been fighting to keep them alive in this particular one. His second nade might just be able to do the damage that is required to actually keep them out of this game. Moonlight and his boys in a tight fight against the boys right there from 21, but Ace coming in from that position does amazing stuff. And here's what it is. The boys from 21 winning that fight against the boys from Apex and send them backpacking into the lobby. They got the top 4 eliminations in that one. They did lose one player. They did lose the boy, baby. He's an absolutely outstanding player, and they're definitely going to miss him in this game. But my goodness, what a fight. What a confidence boost when you do take out a team like Apex in this game, and you've got only about 5 teams remaining to challenge and to fight against. They can continue to build on with their numbers, but let's turn our sights onto another team. The boys right there, Juba and his boys right there, who have a team right there in front of them. It's the boys from O3 who are currently in the way of pulling up into that zone. 0-3 trying to keep hopes alive in this particular one. But looking to see if they can hold on for their life in this game. But there's so much happening at every single corner. That fights at every single position. Invictus also coming into the mix. As Respect does get gone down. Oh, Riley's turning inside right there. He does get a knock onto Juba. He might be able to get an elimination. He's got to be careful, but now here comes the boys from Fugitives who are looking to be absolutely devastated to the boys from 0-3. Can Nexus get that revive that he does really need to keep their hopes alive in this game? He's popping on the smokes. He's trying as much as possible to see if he can get his teammate back up. He goes for that rest because he knows if they're going to push all the way towards getting themselves, that winner chicken dinner, then he's got to get his man up. But look at how many eliminations they have so far. The boy next are sitting now with 6 eliminations in this particular game. They've got 12 eliminations together, and they're doing absolutely outstanding work. But here comes EFX, is also on the other end, taking on the boys right there from Fugitive Esports. Nexus continuing on with the onslaught right there as he does take a look at the boys from Fugitives who do have the numbers in this game. They have the numbers to continue to make that move. Alright, so we're down to 5 teams, and everyone's looking to find themselves into that zone with the boys from Fugitives holding the numbers advantage. But EFX is not trailing behind as they've got themselves 3 eliminations. Reverb and his boys will be looking to see if they can defend their position all the way in that zone. They spot a Shake making that move, and they're taking on them shots. They want to pull up onto this position. They've got to take their spot if they're looking to move into that zone. And you can see them now beginning to feel that hit. As Nexus, the boys are getting hit up and jammed by the boys from Fugitives. But that would not be enough as they do get sent back into that lobby. It is madness at every single corner. But here comes the boys from EFX as well. They do want to have a say in this particular fight. 21 doing something for us again. As down to 2 players in this particular game. The 2 boys, Nutty and Ace, who are currently putting the work in this game. They've got 4 kills each. And they're turning the sights onto that position. But is it a nade coming in from his own teammate that does send him down? And Nutty is left to battle things all alone right there. And Nutty does get sent back into the lobby by Marty. But quite unfortunate events for the boys right there for 21 as they will get taken out pretty much by themselves. An accidental nade does send them backpacking into the lobby. Alright, so let's take a look at the boys from EFX who are currently looking quite strong in this particular game. The boys from EFX are now going to see if they can grab the winner chicken dinner. They have just 1 player to contend with, and it's the boy Maddie who's currently pretty much being surrounded right here. But he turns aside onto Reverb. He's not able to get that knock. Reverb is currently surrounding him. He does get that 1 knock. He's now reaches the deficit to a 1v2. But that nade coming through in that position does take him down and sends him backpacking into the lobby. So the boys from EFX winning that fight and getting themselves 5 eliminations in that particular one and getting the winner chicken dinner. Absolutely amazing stuff coming in from the boys from EFX in that one. The boys from Maddie as well did quite some good work. Yunus doing amazing stuff and getting themselves all the way into that 2nd position. Definitely getting them some extra points right there. As the boys from Fugitive Esports also getting themselves 5 eliminations in that particular game, as well as the boys from 21st Century who did not get this win this time around. They had a freakish accident in that particular moment, but somehow still got themselves 8 eliminations. Well, you just got to give it up onto the boys, the 0-3 brothers, the winners, the leaders of the NPL, getting themselves into a position where they do have 13 eliminations. Lovely stuff coming in from them. Apex not having quite a good day so far, but they got themselves 5 of those eliminations. All right, so it's been an outstanding day so far. I have had fun just going through all of these games right here for you guys. We'll be right back for some more action, same time tomorrow. But for now, guys, do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe and go over to the NPL. Go and watch the NPL and let us have fun there as well. I'll see you guys same time tomorrow. For now, just stay tuned. If you guys want to see the leaderboard, I'm gonna switch the screen to ending soon. But at some point, once the leaderboard is ready, I'm gonna be showing that. All right. Well, let's just check and see if the leaderboard is ready. All right. I'm just gonna ask. All right, so it is not ready, but it probably would be in a minute or two. So we're just gonna probably just chat a little bit. Um, so yeah, we did talk about a battle royale Olympics that's gonna happen towards the end of the year. I am looking actively for sponsors. I usually don't look for sponsors for a lot of my tournaments, but this one I'm looking for any of my tournaments actually. I don't. I just fund it myself, and it's always fun and vibes. But this time around. I'm looking for sponsors for the tournament, and I'm going to be speaking to a lot of people to see how, we can get into getting that. I want to put it at a price pool of like 5,000. If I don't get sponsors, it's just going to be something like 1K or 2K. We'll see how that one does play out. But if I can get sponsors, I'm trying to see if I can peg that somewhere around 5K. That is my aim. But yeah, the Battle Royale Olympics is gonna have games like Call of Duty Mobile, all Battle Royale. It's gonna have Warzone. It's gonna have PUBG. I don't like Free Fire, but I might just bear and leave it there. So yeah, it's gonna have a couple of cool games in there. So we'll see if people discover other games that they love. And at the end of the day, we'll accumulate all the points for several different teams, and we'll see what that means on the leaderboard. All right. Regardless, let's now take a look at the table. We'll see where the scores are currently at. All right. So it's going to refresh in a moment. I do believe it's already refreshed. Okay. Yeah, I think it's refreshed already. All right, so it has been refreshed. Those are 8 games being played, and it is boys from Ultimate Rage who are currently sitting down right there, all the way at that top position and leading the board with 108 points so far. They are currently leading the chart, followed by not too far away from them is Team EFX. All right, guys. So this will be me to you guys saying good night. I hope you guys did have fun with me, and we'll be right back for some more action, same time tomorrow. And I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, goodbye. God bless. Go to NPL and go and have fun. See you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
Just the other day, saw you looking my way. I start to contemplate moments that went to waste. Why you do that? You drop me like who that? And put me through that. But baby, it's useless. I'm living my life. Don't need to remind.